Hey, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, the comments, generous donations of all forms, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to go ahead and ring the bell. We're going to clear out this energy. And then we're going to see what the message the Spirit has for us this wonderful afternoon. You know, today's message is actually going to be just kind of organic because we're just going to see what the message the Spirit has for us, and we're just going to find out together. Bottom of the deck. Which deck? Spirit says this one. Bottom of the deck. The 8 of Swords. Hey, Marked for Life. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Moons. How are you? Nabembi, thank you so very much. Thank you. I too am unstoppable. All right, so now, yeah, somebody's caught. I feel like somebody is bound because of the relationship that they have, because of the commitment. Somebody's bound by commitment. Like somebody knows that they have to do the right thing. Let's just say that it is like somebody knows that I can't say, because every situation is different. But as far as like one family member to another family member, someone feels bound to do the right thing. Yeah, it's like, somebody felt like it was time for them to leave, either following the crowd or, listen, or the outside forces. Somebody felt like it was time to do that because they were bound. They're bound to do the right thing by this person. They have to do right by this person. That's what it is. And so somebody was kind of waiting on the perfect time for something to happen to bring that opportunity to them, to bring that so that it comes in naturally for them to possibly have the opportunity to have a discussion. And the discussion is about maybe how somebody, was two-faced, not who they really said they was or who they needed to be. It was somebody. Oh, Latasha, thank you so very much. Hey, Madeline. Hey, High Priestess. It was somebody that they felt that they could just kind of do something and it wouldn't be found out or wouldn't be seen or wouldn't really matter. But now somebody is realizing it matters. I feel like there was a staunch rule that was spoken. I feel like someone laid down the law. They said a staunch rule, like, no, you will do this. No ifs, no ands, no buts. And I kind of feel like, that's when someone realized that they was bound by a certain duty. It could be, somebody needed to apologize to this Queen of Pentacles, to this Earth sign, to this mother. Hey, Ancient Kings, how are you? Long time no see. You've been missed. You know, could be somebody, needed to hear some truths about a certain situation, something that they was confused on. It could be a myriad of things. But either way, the time has come for someone to move in the right direction. Almost like I feel like someone is being told to move in the direction that they, intend to keep. Like you need to honor this. You need to honor this. Because this person at one point thought that they was going to get their way, or something was going to work out for them if they went in another direction, but they found out that was not the truth. That was most definitely not the truth. Yeah, because it's like it took them a while to realize that, something that they thought was going to give them joy actually just really gave pain. And that's so much of just their pain. I feel like it was, how somebody can do something thinking only of themselves, but yet that one that one action that this one person did, thinking only of themselves, hurt this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. It's almost like someone realized, hey, Isha, like how much somebody hurt. Like this emperor, I feel like this emperor had to tell somebody some truth, made something perfectly clear, especially whenever it came down to someone thinking that someone was going to try and compete for some love, compete for some affection, compete for whatever. Mm-mm. Someone had to see with this Knight of Wands and the Five of Cups that their reckless ways did not pay off. It was not what they had anticipated. It was not what they expected. I feel someone realizes how valuable you are. What an important piece of this that you are. You could be like the mother of the situation with the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. But whatever it is, it's like you complete this situation. You know, what? At some point, someone didn't realize, like, for whatever reason, I felt like you prayed for this person a lot. Because whenever I was looking at this, it looked like, at first, it looked like she was praying. But I feel like you prayed for this person. Clarity, truth, clarity. And I feel like you really did have a wish fulfillment, something that did come true, because I feel like someone finally started to see something within someone else who had these witchy vibes. who was not on the up and up. Isha, yes, you can ask a question, put it in the chat, and when I'm finished with this general read, I'll go back up. If you have not followed, please follow for the question. Hey, Susan. I am well. How are you? Yeah, somebody had to realize who, like now somebody sees, like their eyes are open and they finally see who somebody is. Oh, mimosa to toast. And you know what? Somebody else realizes what they see about you is not only do they see who this person is now, they see who you are. Someone who is independent, someone who is victorious, someone who is a manifester, like you get it out the mud. Yeah, this is somebody is seeing the exact opposite of what they initially saw. Initially, they thought, oh, it's like this, like you was somebody that was slouching and the other person was doing great. Now they see the truth. Now they see it was that motherfucker, slouchy ass motherfucker, that's slouching. And you, it's the one that's doing the damn thing. See what I'm saying? They didn't see it before. It's like now somebody realizes it's like they need to defend you. They need to stand up for you. They need to be on your side. They have a duty to defend you. About this giving and receiving, I feel like you were a giving person. Whereas someone else that when they didn't see clearly, they didn't see that person was just a taker. But now they see that you are a giver. And they definitely see that other person is definitely a motherfucking taker. This is why this person owes a responsibility to do what's right by you. This blew this shit up out the water. It's almost like, this could be about a family situation. Maybe somebody didn't know who they needed to be loyal to, but that shit came out. Maybe somebody wasn't sure, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. If live doesn't end until something. Well, whatever this is, I kind of feel like it is something that really kind of, hey, Shelly, destroyed this whole. It's like it knocked down the lies. And now I feel like something that yeah, and everybody's getting a karma, whatever that is. But people are starting to, learn the lessons. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to understand here. They're starting to realize that there was some bullshit at play here. Some shit that they didn't see. I feel like somebody is coming back from the past. or somebody is revisiting something to be able to move forward. And sometimes it's like that. We do have to revisit to be able to move forward. But a decision has been made. Could be acknowledging you, honoring you, realizing that they, no matter what, need to respect you. But a decision was finally made. And this is after I feel like somebody had to, kind of break it down to them where somebody else got them off track. Because that can happen. We run into these people, we meet these people, and these people can do a sleight of hand once, so we think, it's kind of fun hanging out with them. They do it twice. Hey, you know what? I really enjoyed my time with this person. They do another sleight of hand. Oh, this person is cool. They keep doing sleight of hands, and we just so nose wide open. And everybody else is like, you see, they're just doing the sleight of hand, don't you? And this person is like, no, this shit is for real. They're like, it's not for real. So it's almost like they had to finally realize, hold on, like somebody's slip was showing. Hold on. This is just a fucking sleight of hand. This is fucking magic tricks here. Yeah, it's like somebody now, something is turning around. Something, life is going forward. Life comes in full circle, and now they're thinking about, somebody else that may be, following in their footsteps. Another generation. Oh, Mary, thank you so very much. Thank you. And how somebody didn't tell, and how maybe they didn't tell you about what was truly going on. How and how they felt, and everybody, they felt like there was a big piece of the puzzle that was missing, that kind of left you out in the cold, or left you, blocked, or you didn't know everything, or something. You know what I'm saying? Now somebody is realizing, wait. Somehow about life coming full circle. I feel like, this person is realizing that somebody that they thought was, either some type of good, standing, law-abiding person, that person was not. That it's time for them to have ended that, because this person needed to get away. They needed to get away and seek peace, because they realized this person was just the fucking devil. Toxic as toxic could be. And they were sitting here talking all that shit, all that bullshit about you. But you knew it. And you chose to say nothing. And you knew it. And that's why, you realize when someone was kind of leaving you out there, like being cold as ice with you, not talking to you, acting like, oh God, like it was hurting them to even speak with you. Hey, Yvette, how are you, sweetie? Hey, Bragsy. No matter what you tried with that person, it seemed like nothing worked. Because that person didn't want it to work at that time. You prayed. You did a lot of prayer for this family, this person. You prayed, for you. You chose to pray as opposed to try and get somebody else to talk that wasn't trying to talk. But see, the thing is, you didn't know that they was doing something sneaky, underhanded behind your back. But I feel like somebody saw them. I feel like somebody saw them and they didn't say anything, they just took notice. I don't know, for whatever reason, the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like somebody saw them and just kind of took notice, like clocked that. That's when, and I feel like, they realized this person saw them. And that's when they realized that, either that they would have to be strong enough to go through the same hurt, or they had to realize that they don't think they would be strong enough to survive this type of heart pain. Something. Let's see. We're going to do this, and then we're going to answer a couple questions, and then we're going to do another tarot deck. I am wonderful, Yvette. Thank you so very much for asking. What's the message? Okay, Isha, thank you for your question. What's the message? Yeah, like they're afraid of life turning full circle, meaning that somebody does the same thing or takes the same action or goes in the same direction as they did. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of afraid of that. Now, it means something whenever it's different when you do it. But when somebody does it to you, somebody that watched you do it to somebody else, and you can't say shit, then that means something else. See, somebody's realizing that it's like it's a straight progression. You going from the 4 of Pentacles to the 3 of Pentacles to the 2 of Pentacles. First somebody holding on tight to a belief, something that they believe in, they ain't letting go, about who they working with. Now somebody thinking about, well, wait a minute, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Maybe that wasn't the best choice when it came to this family, when it came to where I belong, who I have a duty to. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Kay, how are you? What's the message? Kay, I'm going to get you and Shelly today. What's the message? What's the message? Hey, Jean. Well, that's too many. Thank you so very much, Bragsy. Thank you. What's the message? Okay. Anything else, Spirit, from this deck? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? You knew something was not going to work out for someone the way that they thought. And that's why you chose not to say anything. There was nothing for you to say. You was like, they'll learn. You knew something was not going to work out for them the way that they thought it was going to work. And you also know about the universe, how the universe works. What you put out there is definitely what you're going to get back. Yep. And so, like I said, you just made a decision. You was going to sit there and wait. You don't look like you stressed. You was like, okay, I'll be right here I'll be right here when you get back. And you already knew that other person that they thought that they was going to look up to, you knew that shit was going to end quick, fast, and in a motherfucking hurry. And there was not going to be, and they denounced any type of, sometimes people will sit there and act like they play family. They don't act like they play nothing with this person. Yeah. I feel like somebody cut off all types of everything with this person. And now they want to come back to you. They feel like they don't have a choice. They feel like, I feel like people are shocked. People are talking, people are saying shit because people are talking about, when something about, when somebody else was saying some other shit, but I feel like somebody finally got some information that was missing. That's why this person wants to go ahead and, with the Six of Swords, Justice, and Six of Cups, return to the past. End the bullshit, end the shit. Get your motherfucking self together and do what you need to do. Get back on fucking track. Yep. Get back on fucking track. What's the message? Hey, J Mike, how are you? What's the message? Yep, I'm telling you, something about a certain relationship they left out in the cold. They felt like they didn't have a choice. Because that was the person that was arguing with you a lot. And see, that was the person that was lying on you, saying that you was lying on them. That was the person who was creating all the drama, but that other person couldn't see that shit at the time. They see it now. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Anna. Yep. See, things are going to come out. Information's getting ready to come out because somebody's getting ready to travel to you and, start something new, have a good conversation, get back, like I say, get back on track. They're going to start showing up where they need to show up and getting in where they should have been trying to fit in. This other person did not think that this day was going to come. Whatever day this is, didn't think that this day was going to come for them. Yeah, because this King of Cups feels, a certain way about, actions that they took, and they want to apologize. They want to try and make it up. I think we good, J Mike. All right, so now we're going to answer the question for, hold on, let me scroll up. And then we'll come back and do another general tarot. Let's see, hold on. Okay, Isha. What was her question? Okay, boyfriend not get over his current rough patch. All right, so Isha, let's find out about you and your boyfriend. Hey, Lisa Renee, how are you, sweetie? I know that's right, K Hyphy. All right. Isha. Isha. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, Spirit. What's the message for Isha? Thank you. Let's see. Hierophant, Justice, the World, and the Five of Wands. So it's almost like, is y'all talking about like getting, like elevating your relationship, getting married or something like that? And then maybe that's whenever some argument started, or yeah, is that when some argument started? Almost like when a decision was made to do something. Let's see, what's the message, Spirit? All right, so it's like there's like something that you wasn't aware of because somebody was holding something back, and it's almost kind of like, um, you know, it's almost like, okay, well, somebody. Sometimes people are afraid of commitment. I'll say it like that. Hmm. Okay, can you hear me? Are we good, J Mike? Check Mike, check Mike, Mike check, Mike check, J Mike check, J Mike check. Thank you, Bragsy. Hey, Demarie. Hey, ST. Hi, S Tina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. So, Isha, let's see. Hold on. We're going to get you a couple more. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. You know what? I feel like someone feels, it's almost like, did you notice that, and you're just trying to be peaceful about something, but kind of like you noticed how somebody kind of, it's almost like you felt the energy shift. I'll say it like that. I don't know if maybe somebody was a little more cold, standoffish, distant. Yeah, they was cold, and when you might be trying to come to them, but they're still kind of standoffish and distant, and you were just going to give it some time, thinking that maybe they was working through some shit. But dear, you are trying to get some information, some advice about what's going on, and you don't want to think the worst thoughts. You don't want to think the worst thing, but you are interested in finding out what the fuck is going on. Because something has definitely come to an end. I feel like he just got cold feet. For real. I just kind of feel like, sometimes people get up to a certain point, and then after that, when they think, oh, things is getting too close, they back off. And they don't know how to tell you, hey, I'm scared. I'm a big ass chicken. My code name is Foghorn Leghorn. They don't know how to say all that shit. So that's when they start acting weird. What's the message? One more card. One more card for Isha. One more. Yeah, I kind of feel like, you may need to do you. Something's getting ready to happen. Yeah, I feel like this person is getting ready to tell you something, but it's not going to make sense. It's not going to add up. But you already know what the deal is. Yeah, I feel like there's a better opportunity waiting for you out there. So if you're waiting for somebody to get some shit together, Spirit said, get in your car, go around the corner, travel down the street, go 3 or 4 blocks down the way, turn right, go 2 blocks over, turn left, go 1 block up, turn right, parallel park. There you go. That's where they at. That's where they at. There you go. I hope that helped. The directions, they may have been a little sketchy, but All right, so we're going to read some more tarot, then I'm going to answer another question. Okay, Mammy, I know my relationship going to end here with Muhammad. Okay, Mammy, we're going to do Mammy real quick. Hold on. And then we'll read the tarot. We'll find out what the message is. I think it's gonna take some more. I think it's gonna go longer. Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I feel like there's still some love there. This could be a long-term relationship, but that's the one card that came out. The Knight of Pentacles. That's the one that takes the longest. What's the message? Isha, my pleasure. What's the message? Yeah, I feel like y'all are going to be working together for a while. I feel like you guys have some things going for you. So, yeah, y'all are solid. Really, pentacles and pentacles and pentacles, y'all are solid. You just have to, if people have to learn how to grow together. All right, so now let's see what's going on Us getting it out the mud authentically from the decks. Okay, we get ready to pull up this new tarot deck. Let me just shuffle this a little bit. Hey, Malcolm. Yvette, let me find out. Hey, BD, how are you? Yvette, I'm just going to ask real quick, okay? You know, I don't think that he's going to feel any kind of way about it, for real. I'm not thinking it's going to, make any difference. If it's a difference that's trying to be made, it's not going to make a difference. It's going to be like, one moment, hold on. Yeah, because it's going to be like, there's going to be somebody, I feel like there's somebody maybe at his job that he's going to not show any emotion towards, too. Yeah, could be somebody that he works with. We got the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody that he works with, he's not going to show any emotion. You know? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Darling love, thank you. What's the message? Anything else for Yvette? And then we're going to go on to another deck. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? Nope, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I feel like you should just kind of rethink that situation. Okay, rethink it. Weigh your pros and cons. Weigh your pros and cons and see if there's another option before going to somebody's their livelihood, their moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So now let's see. Bottom of the deck. Something is ending. Uh-oh. But somebody would be wise to end something. Something is needed to end. And they would be wise to let that shit go. Because you know what? It ain't doing them no good. It's wasting their motherfucking money. It's wasting their motherfucking time. It's wasting their motherfucking resources. Y'all are like, calm the fuck down and read. Okay. And you know what? Somebody's decided it was time to let something go. This is a good decision. It was time to let something go. Hi, Grace. I see you. VD, I see you. Thank you so very much. Yeah, because it's almost like it's getting away. It's getting in the way of relationships. It's getting in the way of working with people. It's getting in the way of being able to get along. And no offense to anyone, I'm just using this as an example. You got somebody that smokes cigars, and that's just what they do in the evening after a long, hard day of work, and they eat and they go out on their back patio and they turn the fan on, and they sit there with they big ass stogie and they brandy, and they smoke a cigar, and they want you to be out there with them, but you hate fucking smoke. Because the shit get all of your clothes and your hair and your skin and everything else. It's like somebody had to realize that, it was this type of conflict that was keeping them from being close. Yeah, it was that type of, because it's like they felt passionate about you, and they was trying to figure out why you didn't really feel the same about them, and they had to kind of really think about it, discern the whole situation. What the fuck is really going on? That's when somebody, they knew, and they had to just be real with themselves. But the thing was, it was like they had to, it was almost like this justice card is like them taking someone else into consideration. They get what they want to be with you, and you get what you want, them to not smell like a chimney. And there's nothing wrong with cigar smoking. Because back in the day, I used to enjoy a nice Tatiana myself. But somebody wants to do something over. They want to have a fresh start so that they can have a good chance to have a successful relationship. They understand that they have to compromise too. It can't just be their way all the damn time, that you got to feel like you want to be there too. It's almost like you really liking somebody and someone really liking you, and you want to get close to them and they want to get close to you, but there's one little problem. They don't like to brush their teeth. And you can't get past that. Something about gingivitis, plaque, periodontal disease, and, something about all that shit. You feel funny kissing them. Talking up close to them. You tell them, you say, don't tell me no secrets, because that means you got to get all up in my face. Text me, because I may not be able to hear you. You trying to justify it like that shit. Hey, Lightworker William. But yeah, I feel like, this is I feel like, somebody decided that they had to kind of go within and decide that, you know what, if they didn't want you to leave, they're going to have to learn how to work with you. They're going to have to learn how to bend, compromise. Because other than that, it wasn't going to work. It was not going to work. And like I said, somebody had to realize that, you know what, there was conflict here. A lot of conflict. There's something about the stability of this. Someone wants something that's stable, something that's balanced, that equal give and take, that 50-50, that shared duties, responsibilities, and they have this vision of, they can be very diplomatic, they can be very loving and very kind, and they can see that. They know. They know. This person wants to take this relationship further. They really do. But before they can take it further, it's like they're going to have to deal with some things from their past, some things that they have to get out from underneath. And it has to do with a family situation that everybody knows about. I mean, this person feels like they're facing some type of, it's like they was afraid to say something before or do something, but logic is telling them that that fear is it's the only thing that it's that what is fear? I mean, it's acting like some fake shit is gonna happen when it's not. Whatever fear stands for, FEAR, something about false appearing real or something like that, shit like that. But I feel like that fear is and I feel like this person, it's like speaking of fear, what's funny is I feel like at first they looked at you as the weak one, but now they see themselves as the weak one. They see you as the strong one, as the nurturing one. And because this person is first, I feel like several times they wanted to reach out, they wanted to do something, but they kind of caught themselves, and it could be because of some lie that was going around, some gossip that was going around. And it had to do with something about your family, your home, your home, your money, your relationship. Like maybe you wasn't taking care of home, or what you spent your money on, or something like that. And maybe you had a job that was like you was we'll just say like a waitress or something like that. You worked as a waiter, waitress, or something like that. And they don't even make minimum wage. They be making like $2 or $3 an hour or something like that, and tips. So it was like, let's just say that and that was what you could do at the time that you had that, that you have. And so somebody saw, they didn't see the money that you brought in on tips that night. They just happened to see a paycheck. And the paycheck was like $80 for the 2 weeks or some shit like that. And this person talking bad about you because they saw a paycheck that was there, and they thinking, oh damn, da, 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 da. So instead of giving you credit for even having a motherfucking job, getting out there, getting it out the motherfucking mud, supplying you, doing for them, doing for you, they're gonna sit there and talk about you. That shit came back around, and see, that person wasn't thinking about that shit. That shit came back around quickly. Okay? Let life teach somebody. Experience will teach a motherfucker to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Now this person is curious about rekindling something with you. Especially after this judgment call. It's almost like you reach a certain level, or you obtain something, and now they made a judgment call, and now they want to have this new opportunity because they remember you from the past. And it was always good shit. But see, they got confused. They allowed to get themselves to get confused because they... Oh, shit, what the fuck is that? Oh, hold on. They allowed to get themselves confused because they was just after money. They was after just trying to get what they can get. That was it. But now I feel like this person, They decided that it was time for them to work on something else. I feel like this person decided it was time for them to work on, like, maybe their healing of whatever it was that they needed to go through. Because it's almost like this person, they thought that they was in some type of control, or they had something, but now when they really look at something, they realize that they really didn't have shit. They wasn't really enjoying shit. Almost like when you do some fuck shit to somebody else, you never enjoy your life after that. The worse the fuck shit that you do, the worse your life ends up, you end up feeling. You might sit around, you might smile, you may be at 2 or 3 times that you laugh at something funny, but as far as having that joy in your life, because what comes around goes around. Mm-hmm. See, this person is now realizing the value of you. It's like they want to come back to this relationship. Because if nothing else, they realize, how strong your intuition is. Hold on, let me do this thing on TikTok. I need to make sure I'm human. If nothing else, they realize how strong your intuition is. They realize how much you just seem to know. And see, they also realize how they was not happy without you. There was some shit that was done in the dark. There were some trespasses that was had. But the only thing this person thinks about is what they received by their actions was pain. Clearly, this person thought that they was going to be able to either pull something over your eyes or do something. But that's not what happened. Not at all. Not only did you see the truth, not only did you know the truth, you, as the Empress, stood in your power. And this person now knows that nothing they do, nothing they say, it's like they gotta something, they can't go back to the past. They can't try that shit because they won't be able to protect themselves. They won't be able to make it through. Someone won't be able to make that shit through. Oh, okay, hold on. What's the message? All right, then we're going to answer a question on TikTok. Yeah, something about the world. Somebody learned a lesson. They learned a lesson about the universe, about how things come, how life comes full circle. They learned a lesson about, this choices, your intuition. They learned a lot of valuable lessons. Yeah, and now this person realizes they thought they was gonna be able to pull some magic. That shit was nothing but a dream. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. They fooled themselves, thinking that they was gonna be able to fool you. They fucked themselves around. Yeah, they see the truth now. They know it now. After this time, thinking that they was bringing some conflict. Now they understand, no, you was still loving and always going to be stable. There was nothing wrong with you. You was the one that was balanced. It was just that, you know what? They thought that they was being diplomatic when they was really being an asshole. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? What's the message? Something about you know what? This goes for what is that? Mahatmi? Spirit wants me to let you know. So Mahati. Okay, this is for you. Spirit wants me to let you know because when I read that question, I had said, I'm not even going to answer that. But Spirit said, yes, you're going to answer, and this is what you're going to say. So, no. You asked, did my spells on Joshua work? Is he going to reach out? Look, the answer is no. Your spell did not work. In fact, it's coming back on you. But Joshua is not going to reach out, but the message in reverse, and is not feeling any pain. Is not thinking about, there's no heartache, no heartbreak, no, oh, well, let me go ahead and do, no. Okay? So, all right. Noni, I'm going to read you, put your question in the chat. All right, let's see. Hold on, let me see. What? Shelly, I'm not sure. Okay, so VD, let me see. Vanessa gonna meet Jovi anytime soon. Let's see, VD. Hey, Nene, how are you? Hey, Panero. Oh, okay. See what I can do. What's the message, Spirit? Hold on. Let's do this more. VD. I just heard something's getting complicated. This is getting complicated. That's what I heard. All right, let me look at the question again. Sorry. Oh, wait. Okay, Vanessa and Jody. That's right. So it may be kind of complicated because, like I said, I just heard this is getting complicated. What's the message, Spirit? That's going to be Jody anytime soon. Yeah, it's going to take some courage, and I think it's going to be something that you're dreaming about, like something that you're looking forward to, something you're dreaming about. But it's kind of like it's like things aren't starting to work out because at first it's almost like with the 10 of swords, the 6 of pentacles, and then the 5 of pentacles. Almost like did somebody, I don't want to say did somebody say something, or maybe there was a discussion and there was how you're trying to get to know somebody and you're like, well, I like blue, or my political preferences, or I feel like this about modern day science, or just having a general conversation, and somebody is like, you like blue? I definitely don't like blue. I'm like so staunchly against the color blue. I said if I did not meet a purple lover, I was not going to get with anybody. I mean, it could be something stupid like that, but it's almost kind of like that. Hold on. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, I think that something is going to happen quickly. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. Do what you want to do. Something's going to happen quickly. It's going to be passionate, but it's not going to leave you feeling the way that you want to feel. It's going to be pain to the heart space. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. Do what you do it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But be wise with it. Okay. Understand that you need to see everything. Understand that there's some real fear that should be there whenever it comes to this whole relationship, because I don't think somebody's going to be there for a long time. Maybe a good time, maybe a fun time, but not a long time. Somebody's thinking about how many they can get, who's got the most amount of money, who can do for them. That's what they're thinking about. Not what you want to hear, but that's what the message was. All right, let me see. Okay, let me see. Hold on, let me go up. I saw you, Hearty. Hey, Stella. Let's see. Hearty. Okay, right, no contact. Vibranium. Okay. Flavia. Okay. Flavia. Okay. Is she gonna have any communication anytime soon? Flavia. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, it's gonna happen all of a sudden. You're not gonna know. And isn't that the answer though? Yeah, you're not gonna know. It's almost like allow yourself, don't dream about it. Don't wait for it, because then that's whenever you stop living your life for you, and you're sitting there living, waiting for somebody else to call. No, baby. Nurture yourself. Get out there, celebrate your own life, because Lord knows how long it's going to be. And that person, even if they do call, even if being the key word, they do call, they may call with some type of deception. Heal yourself. When you're not looking, when you ain't thinking about it, that's when they're going to call. Guess what else? After you've healed yourself, you ain't thinking about that person. Somebody new was coming into the picture. They smelling like that good old fashioned original brand of Old Spice. You know, and back in the day, like they just had a nice shower in that Irish Spring rather than cut the bar of soap like that. Or whatever your smelling flavor is. But I'm just saying. Then whenever that person come back in, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. Don't wait around on anybody. You got a choice. Decide pursuit of happiness as opposed to waiting around on somebody who waiting on something else. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, let that be the end of it. Drop that burden, because there is a new opportunity coming around. Drop the burden like you dropping the mic. Just like that, open-handed. All right. All right, let's see who else. Hey, Imani. Nene, if you want your life story, honey, you're going to have to contact me. That's going to be an hour read. Okay? I'm answering a general question of a life story. Yep, something is coming back around for somebody. Something that they enjoy. It's like it's their turn to receive now. Okay? I feel like you've given, and you don't mind because you enjoy doing it. But now it's your turn to receive it back. That's somebody's message. Let's see what else. Who else? Okay, Flavia, I just did that. Let me see. Thank you. Let me see. Okay, Nonly and Latitha. Okay, let's see. Hardy, I'm gonna do Hardy, and then I'm gonna do you, Nonly and Latitha. I see Hardy's question right now. I don't feel so, because here's the Tower. I feel like somebody's just going to be, diplomatic. Almost like when I see this diplomatic enjoyment, opportunity, and curiosity, I feel like somebody just wants to kind of keep their foot in the door, to keep the door open, not to really fully step through, but just to kind of keep the door open so that nobody come through. And they're not going to come through unless they decide several years down the line, several surgeries, several bad hips, and now they got gout and bursitis and all that other bullshit, and they got a whole long old list of medication, and they can barely walk, can't see out one eye, hearing aids in both eyes, and really can't bound anymore. Then they're gonna be like, well, I kept that door open for a reason. Yeah, now and see, it's like this person is hoping that you have the courage, the strength, and the compassion to stay there and work with them, work through all that up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Not unless you like the roller coaster. But see, you already know that, almost like wisdom is trying to let you know that no matter how long you hold on to this relationship, you can hold on forever. But it don't mean that it's going to end up the way that you want to end it up. You know what I'm saying? So life has taught me, because let me tell you something. There was one, oh Lord, honey, child, let me tell you something. I was so wild and crazy over this one. Okay. And I just didn't want to let him go. And I had to finally realize I had to let him go. So let's see. All right, so that may not be what you want to hear, but that was the message. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Okay. Stella. Mercy. Okay, so hold on. Let me do Noni and Latifah first. The World card. You know, sometimes, relationships can be about cycles. I kind of feel like somebody's in a position right now that they're kind of like switching from the end of one cycle to the beginning of another cycle, transitioning. And maybe somebody's curious as to, does somebody's heart still feel the same? What else, Spirit? Thank you. We have truth. We have the Page of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe, somebody's going through a cycle and they're not really sure what they want to do or how they feel. Because, I kind of feel like maybe somebody, to be honest, I really feel like somebody's kind of thinking about how they feel, and this may not be what they choose long term. They may decide that they want to do something else and be with someone else. Yeah, somebody may have decided they want to be with someone else. And then they would just tell you about it very diplomatically. They don't want to cause a hardship for you. They knew that you would have to have courage and get the strength and everything to work through balancing yourself out. But you know what? You already know. You asked this question for confirmation, not for information. I gotta do this after that one. Okay. All right. So Stella, is Ronald okay with me? Does he I think Ronald kind of wants to kind of go back, something about the past. Y'all, I don't know why I was going to say like the good old days or go back to the days whenever, go back to something when something was a little different. And it could have been maybe when he was more in control, or he was this or he was that. But like almost like this person kind of feels like did you, I don't know why I just heard, did you just like recently get a promotion or something at your job or something where you got more responsibility or something? I don't know why, it's kind of like, I don't know, this kind of like yeah, kind of like this person kind of wants to go back to how something was before. Because they felt like something was better before. But I don't know, sometimes, yeah, like, yeah, now they can't, it's like, now when we got the rest, so we got 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups, the Moon, and Prosperity. Like, maybe you just got a new promotion or something, or a raise or something like that, or you just opened up a new business and it's booming. I mean, it's bang. And now all of a sudden, before, let's just say that they was the one that was making the most amount of money. Now you lap them 3 motherfucking times. You pull it in them bands like it ain't shit. That's what they having a problem with. That's what they're having a problem with. And you know what? I don't know if they're going to be able to balance that out. I don't know if they're going to be able to balance that out. Some people can, some people cannot. But it's something, somehow, some way, it's like you got something, you obtained something, and this person is almost like, now they feel like you get more power than them, or I don't know, maybe you like a black belt with a purple ring and a red slash with a white thread and the green, pin and the yellow, slash belt. There's some new level of taekwondo crazy, taekwondo, some shit that will kick a motherfucker's ass, something like that. I don't know. And maybe they just do regular karate. They're like a brown belt. What's the message? Your shit, your feet and your hands and the daggers that you can throw with your eyes, all of that shit is lethal. You had to have all that shit registered. Police had to take eye retinas because you was like, knock a motherfucker down with your shit. You can mean mug somebody that will fall on the spot. You have to get your retinas registered. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Something about some new love. Maybe there's going to come a message that somebody wants to, move around some. They're going to try and say it diplomatically, but it's going to be a hard message, This person is, like I said, because this person feels like, hey, they feel like in their brain that they got to be stronger than the Empress. Like they got to be, they're the ones that's got to be seen as the smartest one in the room, the strongest one. Not just strong to sit here and open up this jar, but strong as in you sitting there clapping, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. But that ain't the shit, because you're the one that got the strength behind you. So maybe you got big bank and they got little bank. Yeah, something about your job. And they didn't want you to get this. They did not want, if you got a promotion, they did not want you to get that promotion. But baby, let me tell you something. You came back You got this motherfucking promotion, whatever it was, this extra money coming in, something. You fought and you just came back kicking and swinging, and that's where the celebration started. Then everybody started popping your name up in the sky, popping the champagne bottles. Hold on, speaking of champagne, popping champagne bottles, doing toast and shit. That's when that motherfucker started saying, hold up, I don't like that shit. Mm-hmm. But you already knew. You knew too. You knew too. So, all right. So, I hope that helps, Stella. Let's see what else. Okay, we already got Hardy, Leah, Magdalene. Let's look, Leah. Let's see. Hey, Jean, how are you? You have a good day too. Leah, we're going to do this one. Let's see. So, yeah, so it's the end of something. I feel like you're going to be starting something new, something that you're really going to be enjoying, something that you're going to excel at. Let's see. Yeah, something for you is ending, and maybe like a certain position for you is ending, but I feel like it's being replaced with something better. Yeah, it's almost like you having to leave something because of somebody doing something nefarious or backstabbing or whatever, and then you're not really sure what's getting ready to happen, but shit is getting ready to happen. You can ready to get some good news. This could be something that you've tried in the past or applied in the past or looked at in the past or inquired about in the past, but something is getting ready to come back around, and they get ready to contact you and offer you a position. This is going to be something that this is going to be good money. This is going to be something that's almost like, I feel like you're going to have to either have some type of security clearance, or you're going to have to get some type of license. You're going to have to do something to work up towards this. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be easy. You may have to do some studying. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to do some studying or something. But you know what? Almost like the first time you try, it's almost like if you got to take a federal test, a federal exam or something. The first time you may not pass, but that second time, you're going to pass, baby. You are going to pass, okay? Yeah, and then on top of that, they're going to offer you a position that a lot of other people are applying for, but you're the one who fits who does it the best, or is going to be the best choice. Okay. So, all right, Leah, I hope that helps. Let's see what else. And you know what? If you have not started to follow me on TikTok, please do. If you would like to send me a gift, a heart, a flower, a like, I appreciate it. Okay. Something about somebody's waiting for this relationship to start, a relationship to come in, a relationship to go further. It's not. What else? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see who's next. Anonymous. Let's see, Anonymous. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, Strength card, the High Priestess, and the Hermit. You know, right now, it's almost like you're being made to travel like a certain road alone, and it's only because it is to work on your confidence. It's to work on your strength. You know how you feel about you. So, but you already know the whole answer to your question. There's not even a yes or no that needs to be said because you already know. But what's going on is deeper than if someone is cheating on you, quote unquote, again. Because if they cheated once and you accept them back, you accept them back thinking, this is confirmation. You accept them back thinking, oh, they understand how pure and loving my heart is, and they are going to come back and they are going to act appropriately. They're going to respect me and respond to me, you know, in a manner that makes me feel whole and safe. They're like, damn, it was that easy that I just had to give a half apology, half say I'm sorry, and then they took me back. Well, shit, I can cheat again. Fuck it. They ain't stopping. Yeah, they said they can cheat again with the King of Wands. They ain't have no problem doing whatever, leaving something, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to heal yourself, speak your truth. And whatever you say, you're going to have to stand on it. Stand on it. If cheating behavior is unacceptable or any type of, I don't know, I don't feel confident, or someone's trying to leave me out, if it's unacceptable, stand on it. Don't accept it. Because if they do it once, they will do it again and again and again and again and again until you decide to leave. All right, let's see. Anonymous, that may not be the answer that you wanted to hear, but that was the answer that came out. I do love you though, but stand on it. You know, boyfriend cheating, is you still there? You know how many wangy wangs around the street? Yeah. Spirit said no. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. This is not good energy. This is you being stabbed in the back. This is you feeling depressed. This is you, them wanting you to take some little half-felt apology. Oh, fuck that. All right, let's see what else. Hi, Mr. Bob. Let's see. Elizabeth's coming back to Ernest. Something about, you know, your intuition. I feel like something about your intuition is just it's a little bit off, because this came out like this. Or you're not seeing everything or something. Hold on. Something maybe about somebody's ego. Or let me see. Hold on. Thank you. And was there some type of opportunity? I feel like somebody was given some type of opportunity, but it had to do with some type of having to do some work, some like healing or working on themselves, like yeah, because almost like somebody had told them something about, was there like, there could have been a lawyer or some type of, yeah, somebody was either arguing or fighting in some type of battle, some type of argument, some type of attorney, some type of investigator, some type of police or something. But then somebody gave somebody a message. They sent them a message about, maybe it was their family or something like that. And they said something privately, but, like for this person to not divulge something. Like they wanted to help this person kind of get back on track, and it's almost like, and then find somebody new or something. Because yeah, there was something that was going on that somebody completely missed a mark. But something about the what maybe what you're thinking about. Something about somebody. This is justice. Whatever's going on, whatever's happening, whoever, whatever, this person is where they're at, like they're defending their happiness or something. Yeah, because there was like some type of argument or some type of something. Yeah, after this Five of Wands. So I'm not sure, Mr. Bob. But right now it looks like somebody is like just taking them some time out for themselves, getting themselves together, defending their own, happiness, which we all have to do. Because, hey, sometimes we need breaks. But it doesn't mean that you're not worth love, because you most definitely are. Hi, Am Queen. How are you? Let's see. Let's find out. I am Queen. Yes. To answer your question, yes. Okay. So that's confirmation. All right. Anastasia. I feel like yes. I feel like you're on this person's mind. So Becca, I feel like Becca will write. Hi, Rossi. Anastasia, thank you so very much. Hi, Rossi. Now, Rossi, no. We got 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and 5 of Swords. Just trying to get what they can get from you and keeping it moving. Keep moving around. They still out. They still out looking at whatever else is out there, trying to see. Mm-hmm. Yep. So understand that this person is not trying to do anything where it's going to be any type of commitment or whatever. Don't get caught up. Understand that this person is just trying to lay that pipe and then keep it moving. Whereas you would be confused and they would feel like, I got what I wanted and that's it. And then you're gonna try and call them and be like, damn, how come the phone ain't going through? Because that motherfucker got you on call block and didn't want to tell you the truth. Okay. So there's somebody else that's coming in that's better though. So let that one go, Rossi. Let's see what else. Anastasia, thank you so much for the rose. Hi, Kirby. Let's see. The strength card in reverse. So one flip. I thought I did. Strength card in reverse. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, no, I kind of feel like with the strength card in reverse, the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. I don't think this is going to be as strong of a relationship as you're wanting or hoping. Like somebody is going to, you're gonna eventually kind of feel stuck because of somebody else, like something about there. I don't know if I just kind of feel like it's something like you're gonna find out somebody's not as mature as you thought that they was. It's almost like something like that. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, and y'all are gonna end up like parting because it's almost like you're gonna find out that somebody's not as mature as you thought they was. End up having to go to court. Because then there's gonna be almost like somebody, you're gonna find out that somebody was, in something else. I'll put it like that. Like not finding out that they was not as mature as you thought they was, and that they was involved with something else. So just check everything out. Look very closely. You may get some information that instead of you taking the leap that tells you don't take that motherfucking leap. Tells you remain by yourself. Something better, look elsewhere. There's somebody else that you can work with that's better or something like that. But yeah, take a pause on trying to jump into some type of commitment. Because something about the strength of this relationship or of this union, it's, it would not be as strong as you think it would be. All right, Kirby, I hope that helped. Let's see what else. Tsholo Philo. First, you need to say, all is well, because all is well. God is not going to bring you this far to leave you. There are some things that you need to be aware of, though. There are some things that you may be going through. Okay? These are things that out of recklessness. Yeah. Whether it's with your family or whatever, your job, your money, your finances, something about recklessness. What's the message? Right now, something about these friends. Careful of these friends that you keep. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, somebody's gonna come to your aid. They're gonna make a decision to help you. Somebody's gonna come to your aid. They're gonna make a decision that I'm okay. I'm gonna go ahead and help you. This is somebody that you thought, like, you never thought this person would ever help you, or something like this. Because maybe, but something about I don't know. It could just be that you and this person are two totally different people. And you felt like, nah, they can't do nothing for me. Shit, this the motherfucker that's whooping it up for you. Okay? Something about this person, it's like they're gonna be telling you, they're gonna tell you what's going on, the burdens, everything else. They're gonna tell you how to get out of this. And then they're gonna tell you exactly who the fuck to watch the fuck out for. This is somebody that's going to be in your family that you're going to have to watch out for. Somebody's going to bring you that information. Like I said, they're going to make a decision. Let me help this person. So things are going to be, so spirit, let me see. Things will ultimately work out for you this year. Yes. Okay. Just whenever somebody comes to you and they want to give you some friendly advice, don't get all like, oh, wait, I know you ain't talking to me like that. Hold up, motherfucker. No, you didn't. I know you didn't talk to me like that. Who the fuck you think that you... Don't do it like that. Somebody want to give you some friendly advice, let them give you some friendly advice. Let it ruminate and let it work for you. Okay, we're going to do like one more question and then we'll come back a little later. House of Nonta. House of Nonta. Let's see. Oh, wait, what was the question? I forgot. Hold on. Da. Okay, that's right. Let's see. We're going to get married soon. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. We got the strength card. We are in Leo season right now. We are in Leo season right now. What else, Spirit? Ooh, it's too many. I'm going to say yes. Let's see. What else? Ten of Pentacles, Strength card, Ten of Pentacles. Hold on. It's like cards are flipping and then they flip it back over. Thank you. So there's gonna be like it's like you guys are going towards that direction. You going towards it, okay? But it's going towards that right direction. There's gonna be some bumps, some bruises. You're gonna be concerned about something, But you're ultimately going to be able to work through that. Okay? Yeah, I feel like there's going to be, y'all are going to be doing it soon, and then there's going to be this celebration. Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. So I'll be back a little bit later. I'm getting ready to take a break, let my mind chill. And then whenever I come back, we can do some more free questions, okay? If you like Nene, like I don't have a problem doing a a life story or whatever, but that requires a lot of energy, and it's more than just one card. It's more than just, more than one deck. So something like that, hey, it would probably be better to do to get a full reading. Okay. All right, y'all. I will be back a little bit later. Thank you so much. TikTok, be ready for some more live questions. Bye now. All right. I love you all, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye now.